Name is Christopher Ryan. I'm a 49-year-old homeless man. Originally from Ocean County, I'm now stuck in Atlantic City for the last 2 years. Abandoned by all.
Oh, yeah. So where you grew up at?
Predominantly Ocean County. I'm originally in North Jersey in a place called Paramus.
Oh, yeah.
Went to Catholic school, Catholic high school. Finished high school at Southern Regional in Manahawkin.
Okay.
Got an associate's degree in business. Had the wife, the kid, the house, the white picket fence, the cars, the toys, the everything.
Oh, so you had your own family.
I had it all. I lost it all.
Oh, yeah. How many kids you have?
One son. He just turned 17. Happy birthday, CJ.
Oh, yeah. Do you have any any contact with them?
No. I don't, because issues with his mother, but
It's okay.
I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad
Right.
with her about it at all.
So-
Everything happened over a verbal argument, nothing physical. She
Okay.
even told the judge there was nothing physical, but I did threaten to throw her in a wood chipper, so that didn't help.
Oh, yeah. Well, you said you got an associate degree, right?
In business, yeah,
In
that
business?
didn't really do any good. I actually worked for Verizon for 15 years, and they were threatening layoffs. And if I would have got laid off, I would have got nothing. So they offered a buyout, with a cash buyout, and I had like 2 days to make a decision. And I took the buyout, thinking I was going to get laid off with nothing, and they stopped about 50 guys before me, and I made the wrong decision. So I would have been retiring in 4 years with 30 years in with a pension.
Okay.
Instead, I'm here with nothing.
All right. So how long was you with? You said you had a wife, right?
A fiance. I was with her for 10 to 12 years.
What ended up breaking up a happy family, if you don't mind saying?
Back then, 2009, I did have drug issues. I smoked crack. That's the only thing I did. I actually kicked that in 2014, in May of 2014 for good, and had never went back.
What made you want to do crack?
I actually had tried it by accident, with a circle with a can going around, and I thought it was weed, and then one thing led to another. That's all it was.
So you was hanging around the wrong crowd pretty much.
Pretty much, because I opened up a big tree service after I took the buyout for the phone company, and I was doing great. Money was flying in, but I was working so much, 7 days a week, coming home at 10 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? And
Barely
not
spend-
spending enough time with the family, which is my bad. Even though all the bills were paid and everyone had new cars and there was plenty of money, I still had that habit, and I still wasn't home all the time because I just couldn't say no to work.
Right.
After a while, I wound up, because employees in that business are a nightmare. I wound up getting,
Talk to
rid
the
of,
camera. Talk to the camera. What was
I
that?
wound up getting rid of the tree service, because employees in that business are a nightmare. They break stuff, steal stuff. It's a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
I got into trucking, triaxle dump truck, tractor with a dump trailer.
So you end up getting your CDLs.
Yeah, got my CDL endorsed, CDLA.
That business is pretty good. How you feel about that?
Hello, that's Tina. She's a nice lady.
Yeah.
Yes, excellent business, made excellent money. Fail-safe business.
With the trucking business, how did that come about?
I got rid of the tree service, and what happened was I traded tree equipment for the first truck, and then I wound up just getting the second truck because everything was going so well with the first one. Trying to find out, one of the trucks got permanently broken, the other one got stolen. So I was out to lunch. So basically, I kicked my habit in May of 2014 for good. I'm actually proud of that, and that is the honest truth.
So your first day coming back home, not your first day, but like your last day being with your family, how was that about?
It was
How old was your son when you first...
It was just an argument, and a verbal argument, and she ran out the door, and next thing I know, there's a million cops in my yard, and I'm hiding in a bamboo in my backyard because I've never been in trouble in my life, never been in handcuffs, nothing. I didn't want to deal with none of that shit. I figured they'll just go away, you know what I mean? The next thing you know, there's a restraining order, there's this, they take all my guns because I'm a huge hunter.
Right.
Freaking all this, that, and the other. I wound up getting them back, but it was a nightmare. So after she left, I'm stuck in a big 4-bedroom, 4 full bath house on a couple acres with a basement and a garage and all this, that, by myself. And I couldn't handle it no more. You know what I mean? I wound up getting rid of the house, moving in with my parents, who I was very close with. And, you know, that's what I did. I helped them out there for a while. And I started the trucking thing back up again in 2016, 2017. I got one truck, and I was doing great for a couple years. And then the whole nightmare started in March of 2020 when my mother passed. And then the night of my mother's funeral, my father had a massive stroke, and he was gone within a month and a half after that. And he was my best friend, and that's devastated me to the point to where I couldn't even walk straight. And I do have a brother. I'm not gonna, there are issues. I'm not gonna lie, but their house, I'm due half of that. And the life insurance policy, I'm still due half of that. It's been 2 years. Just to cut it short, I've seen nothing, and that's very due my way. It's pretty much I'm pitching up a rope. It's probably I'm never gonna see anything, and you would think that a sibling and blood would see, but I don't know if he even knows I'm living like this. It's been 2 years since I talked to him. Nobody from Ocean County, maybe 1 or 2 people know I'm living like this. They don't even know I'm panhandling, but it's the only way. When you don't have ID, okay, nobody wants to hire you. I've had plenty of job offers. I have a clean driving license. It's just expired, so I have to renew it. But I can't renew it until I get a birth certificate, a social security card, which Jewish Family Services is working on now. They've been working on for months and months before I can do anything. And unless you're the ethnicity of the construction crew around here and speak their language, they're not going to hire you under the table to work, construction jobs. So that's been out the window. So I do odd jobs here and there, and I panhandle. And I'm not proud of panhandling. It's the only way to get by with just a couple dollars now, and it's not even enough to put a roof over your head. I mean, like I said, over the summer I live under the boardwalk. Up until a couple of weeks ago, I was under the boardwalk.
It's so cold out here. How you doing?
I was in a cardboard box by the convention center the other night. It was so cold. The Mission, which is supposed to be a homeless shelter, has actually been turning people down, which is illegal during a code blue, for staying there. Okay. First of all, the place is filthy anyway. Okay, they got bed bugs, and they're a state-funded place that should exterminate. Instead, they renovated the place supposedly, but everyone's still sleeping in the cafeteria on mats. Now they're turning people down at the door during a code blue, saying they've reached capacity, which is a crock of shit because it's a 4-story building. How do you reach capacity? Okay, there's too many chiefs and not enough Indians in that place.
Right.
Okay, it's run like half-assed military style or wannabe military style. It's disgusting. The bathrooms are disgusting. There's no doors on the stalls. They give you 3 squares of toilet paper in the morning. 3 squares of toilet paper. Okay. You have to be in by 8:30. If you're there at 8:31, they will not let you in. Now, during the code blue, the law is the cops could actually go there and tell them you have to let this person in or we're arresting you. Okay, but no one's called to complain yet about it. Okay, this is a state-funded agency.
Where's the Mission located at?
Baccarat Boulevard, right behind the new convention center in Atlantic City.
Oh yeah. So real quick, what is the biggest fear you have every day?
Where I'm resting my head that night.
Yeah, that's like one of your biggest.
I'm not in fear of starving. I get food here and there. I mean, it's been rough sometimes. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? But there are places I can manage to get food. A church here. I can go to the Mission for dinner. You know, they give you a headache with that too. Believe it or not.
Oh, yeah. Now, real quick, you want to share one of the? You got any crazy stories you would like to share with the public? As far as how long? Well, first of all, how long you been in this situation?
18 to 20 months.
18 to 20 months. So
Right.
in those 18 to 20 months, have you had any problems with another
Oh
homeless?
yeah, I've been jumped. I've been fights. I've been robbed. I got hit by a car about 4 months ago out here. Been waffled. I was in the hospital for about a month and a half because of it, and I got a spinal infection from it. Still, that's not gone yet. So that's affecting my back. But
Okay.
crazy stories. You see it all in this city. It's like any other city. It's just smaller, you know. But anything that goes on in any other major city still happens here. It's just in a smaller degree.
Yeah. As far as what?
There are good people. There are great people. I've met very good people. Okay. There are bad people, though. Don't get me wrong. There's filth out there. But like I said, you know, panhandling to get by. You know, the cops don't like it. There's no law against it. They technically can't really do nothing but write you a ticket. Okay, which they've written me 8 tickets, and every one has been in a different name because I don't care. I don't have ID, and I'm not gonna sit there and have them tell me, no, I can't do this. I'm like, are you feeding me? Are you
Right.
putting a roof over my head?
Okay.
Oh, you're asking me if I got services? Yeah, I have services. I'm still on the street. I'm still unemployed. I still have no ID. I'm still in the same boat I was before I had services.
So those fights, real quick, why was those fights being caused?
Just alone at night, just being jumped, thinking, you know, I might have had shit on me or whatnot, which obviously I didn't. I got a brand new jacket beaten off me about 3 weeks ago. Just, you know, being in the wrong spot at the wrong time, really.
Yeah.
You know.
How do you get along with other homeless person?
Yeah, I do get along with other homeless people. There's like and a couple panhandlers. There's good people out that are in a bad situation. I mean, there really are. There's a couple that are slime balls too that are in a situation like me that like, you know, I stay clear from. But there's a couple that are like me that are really good people, and if I could help them if I ever do get out of this situation, they'd be the first ones I go to help.
Yeah.
Or give them a roof over their head. You know what I mean?
Right. No.
These people know who they are. They know who they are. That well, I'm close with.
If there was one thing you can change in the world, what would it be? And why? One thing you can change in the world.
Everyone deserves a second chance. I haven't gotten mine. I want it.
A second
I
chance.
earned it. I deserved it. I haven't seen it yet. I may never seen it yet.
Are you saying in society or?
In society, in family. Yeah, family with me, yeah, a lot. I have none left.
Do you wanna, if he was to ever watch this video, do you wanna tell your brother or your son anything? Your wife or your ex-wife or?
I would love to tell my ex-fiancée that, like, I'm not upset about what she did, and I'm welcoming talking to her and seeing her with open arms. I have no issues. I would never even bring anything up. I want to tell my son that I never deserted him. That honestly, you know, the fact is his mother kept him away from me. I've been to court 13 times to try to, you know, see him, and I lost every time. You know, I gave up.
What about
I
your
gave
brother?
up 5 years ago, and I just figured I'm going to wait till he's 18, which is one more year, and that's when I'll see him, unless he comes and finds me first.
Okay. How about your brother? Would you like to tell him anything if he was to ever watch this?
For what's happened and what he's done, I'm upset, but I still love him as a brother, and I would love to have a relationship with him. I really would, and I really wish he would give me a second chance. But I also wish that he would also send my way what's due, and he knows what I'm talking about. And if it can't come soon enough, because this sucks. Just living like this sucks, and no matter what, I don't deserve this, and I have it. And he doesn't know the whole story of what went down with a few things with the house and other things like that he dearly needs to know. That I don't believe he knows at all. That would put a major change into how he's thinking. But like I said, I haven't talked to him. I'd love to talk to him. I'd love to. He's the only family I have left. Everyone else is either dead or they've turned their back on my entire family years ago, even before my parents died.
Okay.
But I would also like to tell my brother I do have dad's Vietnam Army uniform, his entire uniform and jacket with his medals. I do have that safely put away.
Yeah, he was in the
Vietnam
military.
vet, yes.
Okay.
And he died of heartbreak. I never thought that was for real until it happened. I just didn't think it would be less than 2 months, and it's something I can't get past. The thought of never seeing or talking to him again just eats me alive every day, and I'm having a miserable time getting past it.
Now, real quick for the youth, do you want to give them any?
Yes,
inform
stay in
anything?
school. Obviously, don't do drugs. You want to have a good time, keep it in moderation.
How you feel about the now that weed is legalized?
It doesn't really change anything with me. I was never really a pot smoker. Once in a blue moon.
Do you feel like it leads to other drugs?
What's that?
Do you feel like weed leads to other drugs?
Anything will lead to other drugs, alcohol, weed, stuff like that. It just depends on it's all the crowd you hang out with, and your willpower while you're hanging out with that crowd. That's how it is. It's how you're doing in life. My problem became I was bored, you know what I mean, back then, and that's how that generated, I just, with all the stuff I, believe it or not, had going on in my life, I still was looking for more action, more something, and that's what led to that. That's over with and done with now, though. I'm way past that.
So today are you clean or you still
I'm
do
clean
drugs?
today, yes. I do take painkillers now and then. I do have a very bad back. Nothing heavy, hardcore, once in I get Percocets once in a while, Vicodin and something like that.
How you feel about the perks?
It doesn't, to me, it just lets me up, walk, bend over, because I do have 2 hammered discs, and then I got hit by the car at the same time. But, they're prescriptions, so it's not like I'm, buying them off the street like that. I get a doctor calls me a prescription, it's a minimal amount, 5 milligram, 10 milligram, that's it. It's nothing, there's nothing out of control with that. I'm not an alcoholic, I don't drink. I socially drank back in the day, have a couple of beers here, watch the game, if I have a chance to do that now at the resorts or Caesars on game day, I go there, I try to have a couple of beers, and that's all it is. Like I said, drugs and alcohol are not my issue. My issue is people not giving a fuck issue. That's my major issue. And,
so right now, if somebody
I need someone to give a fuck right now.
So right now, you're good. If somebody offer you a job right now, will you take it?
I would take 100 of them. Nobody can offer me a job because I have no idea, and nobody will touch me because of it. So I have to wait for this government red tape to release a birth certificate, Social Security card, so I can renew my license that I don't even have the money to renew. And New Jersey Transit hire me as a bus driver, $27 an hour, all the bells and whistles and everything. Can start tomorrow if I had ID. They actually emailed me to touch base with me again for the 3rd time in 3 months, 2 days ago. Okay, wanted to know if I got my ID, my license, and all that. They're ready to start me tomorrow. That's driving a New Jersey Transit bus, which would be great. I have a CDL. I need a passenger endorsement. That's not a big deal.
Now, real quick, how you feel about the United States sending money to other countries but not helping the homeless?
That's terrible. That's terrible. Besides our illegitimate president that we have now, because there's no way he won that election, and I'll go to my grave arguing that point. Trump got screwed, and I think Trump would have been way better for this country, like he was way better for this country back then. The money should be put into this country first before it goes overseas. Okay, besides obviously helping the homeless, helping people get on their feet, it's really not a lot. It's a matter of ID, a place to live, okay, and a chance at a job. That's not asking a lot. That doesn't cost a lot, okay? And everyone is still in the same boat. They're walking around the streets in the same shitty clothing, okay, eating at the same shitty places, sleeping in the same corner by a dumpster or in a cardboard box. I slept in a cardboard box the other night just to keep the wind off me. Enough's enough.
How you feel about the Christmas? Christmas was yesterday, right?
I don't call it Merry Christmas. I just say Christmas. It was far from merry for me.
Do you feel like was that a sad day for you? Or?
Yeah. And Christmas is supposed to be around the tree with your family, enjoying a meal by the fireplace. You know?
You had a lot of years.
What did I do? I was sitting on the expressway with a sign panhandling, and I was freezing my ass off behind a convention center, sitting on a piece of cardboard just to keep my ass warm.
Now, if somebody was to try to look for you and try to help you out, where can they find you at?
I still do have a phone. Whenever I have money, I get a phone card, and actually, it is active right now.
Do you want to give them your phone number? Maybe you have somebody out there that's watching this or that's trying to help you out, give you a call.
I hope, John, but I don't. I would love someone to help me out. I would give my legs for someone to help me
give
out.
them your phone number so that way, whenever you have
my phone number is 609-437-7231.
And tell them your name one more time.
I am Christopher Rambo Ryan from Ocean County, and I'm homeless in Atlantic City looking for a second chance. I'm a hard worker, guaranteed to get anything done, and with a clean CDL that needs to be renewed. And that's that. I hope, and God bless all the other homeless people out there. That's not just here, that's everywhere in the country. It's not a hard problem to fix. The government can fix it very easily. They let it drag on for some reason. I have no idea why. It's a matter of housing and employment, period.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you for your time, and
And there's not enough shelters in this city anyway. You have the horrible Atlantic City Rescue Mission, and then you have a nice place at I believe it's St. James or St. Michael's. It's behind Bass Pro there on Georgia Ave. From Monday to Thursday, Thursday nights, they accept only 32 people at the back door. They feed you and they give you a place to stay inside. But I've been there 3 times in the last 2 weeks, and I was like the 34th, the 33rd, the 36th. I never got in. But that's a clean place with good food and good people there. So I've never heard anything bad about that place, but they need more shelters.
Real quick, for one question, what made you come to Atlantic City?
You can't survive. You can't survive outside of a city homeless, unless you got the shotgun, the tent, the knife, and game animals to kill to eat. I mean,
I'm saying, like, what made you come to Atlantic City? You say you're from somewhere else, right? From up
Ocean
north?
County, just north
Ocean County,
here,
right?
Yeah.
So what made you think?
Because you can't, in residential developments or waterfront developments, you can't just survive. If I went up to where I was with this sign, I'd be locked up. Which actually I wouldn't mind doing right now because I'd have a roof over my head. But
do you know you have constitutional rights to be in public space with a sign?
Yes, I am. I do know that. They still continue to bother us, but like I said, I will not stop doing this ever until I have my ID, which will get me a job. I hate doing it. I despise doing it. I cringe at doing it. But it's the only way until this government gets me my ID. So I could go to work. As soon as I have my ID, I'm working the next day. I'm not worried about that. I need that ID, and most of all, I need a roof over my head. Because I'm either going to die of pneumonia or freeze to death out here, and I'm not the only one this winter.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Christopher. Man, I hope somebody could reach out to your number. I am going to give you some money and try to put some minutes in there. So that way, you never know when that phone could start ringing. All right, keep yourself warm. And, I seen you at Route 30 here. Route 30 right at that corner right there. Hopefully, if you guys ever see him, then, give him a little help. That way he could stay warm. It is a cold winter. It was like 6 degrees yesterday during Christmas. And, anything helps, right? Right,
yes,
Christopher?
It does. Every little penny helps. Every little bit of hope helps.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.